Hello everyone, and welcome to the Cloud Lunch and Learn sessions. My name is Hugo Barona, and today we have Victor Rodrigues with us talking about Azure IoT. Before we start, I would like to appreciate our collaborators, and if you did not join Cloud Family, I would suggest you to do it so you can join an amazing team of cloud professionals and experts and access to a central repository with useful resources related to the cloud. Also, we have the meetup group .NET Mafia that hosts amazing virtual and in-person events related to Microsoft technologies and Azure. So if you did not join this group yet, please do it so you can also connect with the IoT professionals in the group. So now I hand over to Vitor.
Thank you, Waldo. Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a delicious lunch today. Mine already starts to smell so good. So, my name is Victor Rodrigues. I'm Azure Cloud Specialist for Application Modernization, Data Modernization, IoT, Machine Learning, and AI X-Form technology. My story is really recent around the IoT that started 2 years ago in Brazil in a project of the Vehicle Fleet Management System. And since that project, I fell in love for the platform. Currently, I'm doing some POCs that involve smart off solutions, image recognition with the NVIDIA platform. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and so let's go. Today, I will walk you through a quick overview of Microsoft IoT product portfolio, what is IoT Central and templates, the solution for monitoring refrigerated trucks, and how to export data from IoT Central to Power BI for analysis. So let's go. Let's check what Microsoft for you offers for IoT solutions. At the bottom layer, Microsoft offers support for IoT and Edge device via Azure IoT Device SDK, Azure Sphere, and offer many other supporting devices. The second layer, we have a rich set of platform as a service solutions offering in IoT services such as Azure IoT Hub, Azure IoT Device Provisioning Service to stick together your solution in conjunction with all other servers in Azure. On the third layer, we have offerings on the solution space. Is that what's really put Microsoft ahead of the other players? The solution offers are Azure IoT Central, that we're going to talk today, and Azure IoT Reference Architecture Accelerators. On the third layer, we have the last layer. You can use any solution that I mentioned to build the solution in any kind of industry, and you can have peace in mind of the long term that your solution is secure with Azure Security Center for IoT. So everything here that's inside of this portfolio can give you like a happy accelerator to put your solutions in the cloud, and IoT solutions in the cloud. A typical IoT solution. So if you take a look at a typical IoT solution, you can break it down into things, insights, and actions. And things are the IoT devices, the edge device, and the gateways that you have connected to the cloud. On the right-hand column, you see the actions column, a set of business applications that actually allows you visualize the data coming from an IoT device and take actions based on this data. So many customers struggle with their first IoT solution because they believe you can draw a simple arrow to connect the things on the left to the things on the right. However, if you try to do this before, you know this is entirely untrue, and there's a lot of things in the middle that it can actually help to make this work. I will show you how you to do this in the next minute. Many solutions start with IoT Hub, and that's allowed the bi-directional communication between device and the cloud. And the only set of the other device that you can probably going to add to Azure, like Azure Maps that we're going to use today, or Azure Functions, or Stream Analytics to deal with things like hot, warm, cold storage, or transform your data into a form your business application needs. With all these services to manage and be understand, this is a truly complex user taking to build any IoT solution, and simplify IoT, we have IoT Central. Azure IoT Central is meant to simplify the production-ready IoT solution. It's highly secure, industry-focused, and offers a predictable pricing model that can take care of all IoT plumbing I was just talking about. So, IoT Central is a hosted app platform that is the easiest way to get your device connected to the cloud. Keep your device connected through a centralized device management and transform your data and bridge the gap to your business application. Along with a core set of features, IoT Central that we launched last year, the edge support, monitoring rules, triggered actions, and industry-focused application templates. Now we'll talk about the IoT Central application templates. Azure IoT Central Templates, it's a tool for you to kickstart your IoT development and really get to the production level to IoT solution more quickly. For now on, I will focus on how you can monitor refrigerated trucks using IoT Central and use a code path to analyze the data extracted using Power BI. Monitoring refrigerated trucks using IoT Central and Power BI. Let's first understand this scenario. Suppose you run a company that operates a fleet of refrigerated trucks. You have a number of customers within a city and a base that you operate from. You command each truck to take its content and deliver to a customer. However, the cooling system may fail and one of the trucks, and if his content starts to melt, you need the option to instructing the truck to return to the base and then dump the content. In order to make these decisions, you need an up-to-date picture of what is going on with your trucks. You need to know the location of each truck in the map and the state of the cooling system and the state of the contents. IoT Central provides all you need to handle this scenario. In the image, you can see the colored circles to show the location of the trucks in the way of the cluster. This is the dashboard of the IoT Central. On the other side of this scenario, in solution is to able to analyze with the Azure Machine Learning or long-term trend analysis in Power BI. You need to export your data. The scenario architecture. First, we have the refrigerated trucks. Refrigerated trucks are simulated device send telemetry information to IoT Central. The IoT Central is the main component of the solution that put all places together. Azure Maps to provide the map service for the location of the trucks, and the Event Hub as an integration from the IoT Central. We can use here the Stream Analytics job to get the information from the Event Hub and write to Azure SQL database. From the Azure SQL database, then we host the telemetry to be analyzed and use the Power BI as a reporting tool. So let's go for the demo. First, I will show an overview of the IoT Central. Just a minute. First party here, I have my dashboard. The dashboard displays your application dashboard. As a solution builder, you can customize the global dashboard for your operators. Depending on the user role, operators can also create their own personal dashboards. Here we have the dashboard for refrigerated trucks. You can see here we have two trucks. The truck, you display here the truck 1 less information, truck 2 less information, together with the state of the truck, the state of the content of the truck. So before we continue seeing the other options inside of Azure, let's start our truck to start running. I have a solution here inside of the Azure code using C#, a solution that simulated a truck. It's really simple. You can find this inside of Microsoft Azure site, learning site, and from there you can start to explore. For example, the solution send telemetry around the location of the truck, some kind of the temperature of the truck, the temperature of the content, and so on. So let's start the solution here. So from here, my truck will start to run, and you can see visualize this information inside of IoT Central. Yes, so it's running. So I'm sending here the device ID. So it's the name of my truck, the contents temperature, the truck state, the cooling system state, the content state if it's full, now in my location. Let me jump back to IoT Central. So just continue. We have here the devices. Devices enable you to manage your connected device, real and simulate. As you can see here, I have two devices. One device is my Raspberry Pi, and other device is my code that's running the Visual Studio Code that I showed before. I have another device here, but I can mention later. That's NVIDIA Jetson Nano, but this will be for another demo. And here we have the device groups. Device groups let you have an overview and create a logical collection of the device specified by a query. So the business case for this specific part of the IoT Central, let's say that you have this fleet of trucks, and you can split trucks that are refrigerated trucks and non-refrigerated trucks. So we can group this in a logical way. This is like an amazing functionality that you have inside of IoT Central. Here we have rules. Rules enable you to create and edit rules to monitor your device. Rules are evaluated based on the device telemetry and trigger customization actions. So it's really simple to create a rule that, for example, you can say, then you can call your truck when every time something happens with, let's say, the temperature of the truck. Let's say you can select here the operators equals 10 degrees, for example. Every time something happens with this truck, I can send out some alerts via mail or just trigger a webhook or send this to Azure Monitor to generate any kind of action. So it's a really solution that put you ahead and give you a lot of options and actions to operate your devices, your IoT devices. Here we have analytics. Analytics lets you create a custom view on the top of the device data that derive insights from your application. Here we can select your device group, and I can see that let's context temperature, and I will check for and split by device ID. And here I'm doing some analysis. So as you can see here, I'm getting the information related to my telemetry, and can do some analysis. For example, the content temperature happened here, so you can see that we have an increase here since my IoT device starts to run. And here we can just jump to jobs. So jobs enable you to manage your device at scale by running bulk operations. This is another really good functionality because you can, for example, set cloud properties or properties inside of the device. So if you think about here, you can just implement, let's say, I want to power this specific truck at some point to just increase the optimal temperature. So let's say that's a refrigerated truck. I want to decrease the temperature of my truck. So I can send this command to my IoT device and through using the IoT Central. So this is really a dashboard, a central dashboard that can control all your IoT devices. And here we have the device templates. Device templates are recreated and manage the characteristics of the device that connected to your application. Here you can see that I have my device and in all the properties that my device is sending to the cloud. The good part here that I can generate device templates based on actual devices around the industry. As you can see here, Microsoft will provide a really good list of devices that is already ready for the IoT Central. So it's really simple to grab a pre-existing IoT device and plug directly to IoT Central, getting all the telemetry required. It's really simple, straightforward, and you have the option to customize yours as well. And here we have data export. Data export enables you to configure continuous export to external services, such as storage and queues, for example. Here I have two exports. This one is we're gonna use just one today. That's the option to export to Event Hub. So it's really simple to export it. You can just click, select the source that you need, and you can select what type of data to export you want, and you can simply, since this one is already connected to my Azure subscription, I can simply select here, and then you found my Event Hub. I can select my Event Hub and say, that's it, simply like that. So let's first here, before we continue, let's enable my exporting of the data. and click save. Today we're going to send you just telemetry, but you can send another information as well. And the last we have here, the IoT Central Administrator. So this one, you can simply configure things like an application image, all the branding related to your IoT Central application. You can set the users that can access. You have a couple roles that can use, for example, administrator or a builder or operator. Here we can configure the price as well. So you can select it between standard 1 and standard 2. Here you can have the configurations related to your device connection, the API tokens. You can customize your application, for example, all this branding here related to the top bar or your logo and things like that. And you have here the information related to how to customize the hub. And you can, the good part here that you can export your template. So if you are planning to develop some IoT solution and deploy this at scale, is a really important part of the IoT Central that you can export a pre-built application that you just developed. So let's send our truck to delivery. I will come back here to devices. I have selected my first truck. As you can see here, the truck state is on my truck. The last message that he sent that is ready, no events. The coolest state is 1. And here the content is working. So everything's fine. Let's check on the map. Hit stop it. Yes, so it's here. So here I go to commands, and I will send this truck to my customer number 1. And I click run, and now my truck will start to deliver. So let's wait a little bit. And here I go to my truck number 1. It's the same state, so it's ready. The police system is already failing, but we're gonna send this truck to deliver anyway. Here I go to commands, and I will send this to customer number 9, for example. Okay, so at this point, my truck number 2 maybe is already enrolled. See, you can visualize this on the map, what's happening with my truck. So it's enrolled. The cooling system is still on. The temperature is looking good, so I need everything below 0 here. Let's check the truck number 1. If something changed. So my truck is enrolled. The cooling state is still failing. So this is an important moment of like, if you have an operator looking for this solution, they say, okay, something's happened to my truck. I need to recall my truck. And here in the dashboard, the operator can configure a different couple of things. But here, just a simplified version that you can see that the truck state is involved and the content is melting. Here the content, the state of the truck number 2 is involved. The content is full. So before we come back here and do another change, let's check how the data export works after I just enable here in the IoT Central. In Event Hubs right now, I'm receiving all the data that is going to be exported by the IoT Central. Here in Event Hub, I have the Event Hub, and this Event Hub is receiving the messages. As you can see here, the number of requests will be sent. And here I have the second part of the solution that make the bridge between Azure Central Event Hub is the Azure Stream Analytics. So the Azure Stream Analytics here is querying the Event Hubs, it writes this information to Azure SQL database. The components of the Stream Analytics are input information. In this case is my Event Hub. An output, in this case is a Azure SQL database, but you can have a couple outputs as well. So you can have blob storage, table storage, service bus, Cosmos DB, or you can send it directly to the Power BI services. The inputs as well, I can use the stream input or reference output, depends on what you're trying to do. And the last part here is the most important part is the query. So let's say that you don't want to send all the information inside of the database. You can use this interface here with the SQL query like T-SQL code that you can just transform information before send. So in this case, I just make some change related to location. I'm changing my timestamp and things like that. So, but you can leverage off this information here to, let's say, that you want to just transform some kind of data to another type of data. Or you can, for example, apply, because that was in the background of the Stream Analytics machine learning running, that you can do anomaly detection or preventive maintenance using the data center from the IoT Central. So we can come here and let's start the job. So we need just to wait some more minutes, and let's wait if this is job is done. So before we start with that and see the information inside of the Azure SQL database, I will show you, for example, as you can see, in the last we solved a problem in this first structure here. It's already returning here. But let's say that the truck number 2 just appeared to have some problem. For example, here right now, my cooling system of my truck is with problem. I can send, for example, a command to this truck or to an interface inside of this truck to do a recall. So once I send this, the truck will start immediately to come back. The real business scenario for this can be any kind. Let's say you have some kind of industry. In your industry, you have some kind of a remote industry running some machine. And you can say turn off the machine, or you can say alert someone. So the applications for IoT Central are many, and can help you leverage, like you can easily accelerate your IoT solution with the IoT Central. That's really important. So before I show you inside of the Azure SQL database information, let's explain what's the reason to have this. You need to export your information for 2 reasons. First one, if you want to have a long-term analysis of your information, so you want to keep the information. Because what happened is Azure IoT Central just keep information related to your telemetry for 30 days. So if you want to do, I don't know, any kind of machine learning or predictive maintenance inside of the solution, you need to start to export information from here. But as I showed before, it's really straightforward. You need to connect your Event Hub, and from there connect the job, and you have this information inside of the Azure SQL database. Let me show the information inside of the Azure SQL. Here I have a table, is a simple table that's receiving information in a hallway without any transformation. And I can call this a stage telemetry data table. Let me order by here. By here. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the date from today. I'm receiving information. Okay. Let's see if it's incrementing this information. Okay, so this is the information inside of the Azure SQL. So the good part and the nice part is how to present this inside of the Power BI. Power BI have a built-in connection between the Power BI services and the Power BI service in the Azure SQL database. So it's really simple to connect. I think if you the guys don't know, it's just simple. You have a click here, SQL Server. You can pass your server name in the database, and you can start to import information from there. Here I have like an example of what a kind of dashboard that you can build from here. So you can present like your truck state, the last event, the content state, the cooling state. But the most important is if you want to do some kind of predictive analysis or check the log or check the moment. So one of the business cases, for example, you want to check what happened with the content temperature in the specific place is just increase the temperature of the content. So can be because the truck driver just leaves open the doors of the truck, for example. So this kind of analysis can really improve your business to keep running just for doing some simple analysis here. So here I have a truck log trace that's really simple, showing okay it's failing, and you can check the exact moment that's failing this truck, what's the content state when it's failing. Here my truck E2, I have the information as well, so I can set, for example, here in a baseline for the temperature, so I can see that the truck number 2 is running good. Here in the location map, I can put some content temperature difference, content temperature, what's happened, the problem, and things like that. I think what we're trying to do here is really accelerate your IoT solution. I don't know what's the moment or that you have no IoT solution, or you're just trying to learn. But what the IoT Central gives to you is really stick together the things that we want to connect and the things that we want to analyze. It's really comprehensive solution. I think that's it for the demo, Hugo. You have anything else or have any question, guys? Just hit me. I'm here.
Okay, let's maybe return to the slides and
Yeah.
tell me. I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
What would you? So we know that we have several at the moment, several solutions available on Azure IoT,
Yeah.
and commonly people talk a lot of IoT hubs, using IoT hubs and so on. What would you differentiate between IoT Central and IoT Hub, and what would you say in order to help people decide if they should use IoT Central or IoT Hub in this case?
I think for the companies or projects that are looking for some way to easily go to production with some people to production really fast, I think that's the main difference between go for IoT Central or IoT Hub. Let's say that if you go for IoT Hub, you need to build by yourself the dashboard, a dashboard like the dashboard side of the IoT Central, a dashboard like this one. So you need to go and hire some kind of developer or someone that needs to implement the solutions to have some comprehensive like dashboard. So the main difference between IoT Central and IoT Hub is how easy, how fast you want to go to the production with your IoT devices. With the IoT Hub, of course, is more complex. You have a lot of more options that, as announced in the Microsoft build, if they want to bring these options for the IoT Central, like for example, the device provision services, things like that, or device twins, that you can just easily have more understand about all the devices. But if you are a customer that you're looking how to you go fast with production, IoT Central is the best option. At least you can say that is a version 1 or a POC or MVP. And of course, can be a production ready so really fast. So I think that's the main, for me, it's the main difference between those products.
Okay. Also, we have here a question from Kayo. So he says, what about the overall cost for the whole project or solution?
Yeah, that's the thing. The cost related of this, for IoT solution is that he gave to you like more product, but the cost will be a little bit more because of the supported amount of the messages day, for example. Let me grab it here for you. Just a second. So, for example, you can have inside of the Azure IoT Central the pricing that you have 2 tiers. You have the standard one that you want to just to send a few messages per hour.
Sorry, Victor, we can't see your screen.
Oh yeah. It's just the pricing page of the Microsoft. Okay. But basically, you have two tiers. The tier 1 is the user case just to send a few messages per hour, and in the tier 2 is a few messages per minute. As I can say here, I give you like, for example, 30,000 messages. For example, if you talk about IoT, 30,000 messages are nothing. For example, I can easily with this solution break these limits within 1 hour or 2 hours. I can break the limits. So if you say I have a solution that you send just a couple messages in minutes and hours, you can go for IoT Central because you give more power and more connectors, and give you the dashboard that you can control everything. But if you have a complex solution that have let's say 1,000 devices, send millions of messages, go for IoT Hub because the price will be better.
Okay. So actually, I think we have no other questions, but actually I want to ask you, in case the people want to learn more about Azure IoT Central, where would you recommend people to start with?
I think the best place to start is, I will just jump in here, but we can start to show inside of Microsoft Learn, you have to get started with the IoT Central. This one is really good because it gives you really step-by-step in how to provision application, how to set similar device to connect with the IoT Central. The introduction to Azure IoT inside of Microsoft Learn is really good as well. This example that I mentioned here, the Refrigerated Trucks, you can build this solution using the Microsoft Learn site. Exporting data to the IoT, so the old documentation inside of docs.microsoft.com/learn, you can have everything there. So there's a lot of examples, and even right now, Microsoft have a certification just connected to IoT development. So go there, it's easy. The step-by-steps are really simple. You can really understand on the language that you want to understand. Like, for example, you can use this using Sharp, or you can use this using Node, for example, to connect your IoT device to the cloud. So better repository than that, I don't think it already exists.
Okay, so let me just talk about these slides for a minute. So in case you did not have a chance to do it in the beginning of the session, I would like to share with you this opportunity provided by Microsoft to access free relevant materials related to this session. In order to access these materials, you can just scan the QR codes or access the aka.ms link in these slides and fill in a quick form. It is also important for us that you do the registration, so you will be registered on the session, and it is a way to justify the efforts from collaborators and ourselves to keep this initiative. So please take a minute and register to the form.
Guys, if you have any questions, just adding something more here, don't hesitate to contact me. I have my LinkedIn that I sent before, my Twitter account as well. Just don't be shy, let's talk about your project, let's talk about what you're doing, or if you're just studying, have some a couple of insights for you as well.
Vitor, another important question is in relation to your demo. In case people want to access the source code of your app, demo app, and test by themselves, where can they get access to the demo?
Yeah,
do you have available on GitHub or something?
Microsoft provides this demo ready for you as well. So if you access the content of the IoT path that I just put here on the screen, in the research I'll put again, you can have access to this demo. So you can go directly to the Microsoft site, because without no cost, you can provision a box provided by Microsoft, and you can run your code from there, and you can have any other cost. So I think the best place that you can follow this demo of related to refrigerated trucks is using the Microsoft Learn site.
Okay, so we can continue then.
So these are the resources. Guys, go there. It's really straightforward. Don't be afraid, because Microsoft documentation is really good related to IoT Central and IoT. You can easily start to work with IoT. So thank you everyone again. Thank you, Hugo. Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Vitor, and thank you everyone for your time. And I hope you enjoyed this session. And we keep tuned, because next week we will have another session for you as well. And thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.